everyone, Les here from BG Trading. Hope you are well. I will be just provide a little brief of my considerations at the end of this week. Especially, I have a little chat about some lithium stocks and what are my expectations on those stocks now that some of them has broke out a key support level, which means it could go down further. Let's have a look. Just a reminder, this isn't financial advice, it's just us from BG Trading sharing with you how we apply our strategies to know when to buy and when to sell stocks, how we set up targets, stop loss, and much more on this channel. So if you'd like, please subscribe the video and share with someone that you think will be interested and could help. It's all about sharing information. We want to share as much as we can so we can mutually help each other. Now, start with PLS, which is Pilbara Minerals, the number one lithium stock in Australia, highly profitable over the last financial year, and set to start paying dividend FY23, has just fallen 6.6% today, which compounds a overall 21% fall. Now, if you go to my channel a few weeks ago, I did a video about which one was the cheaper lithium stock and which one would I buy. Now, the problem with this, even though it's a leading stock, I would only be looking at buying in this situation when Pilbara hits 330. That's going to be the best buying point. I mean, like the less risk buying point. First of all, because it will still be sitting at the bull side of the SMA 250, which is our long-term indicator. Indicates the trend of the stock, whether the trend is up, whether the trend is down. In this case, as you can see here, the trend is highly up. And it is exactly the type of the stock you want to be buying, selling, because remember, the trend is friend of the trade, despite the fact that we have been trading on a downtrend as well. If you haven't understood what I'm saying, you'd be free to add at the comments below. Okay. Now, what ideally you would like to do is see whether Pilbara Minerals fall all the way here to $3. Could not. But if it falls all the way here to $3.35, which is the SMA 250, that will be at the long-term trend. We would say Pilbara would be trading at technically fair price. So you want to buy at technically fair price or discounted price. Ideally, you want to buy a really good company at technically discounted price, either on a long term or on a short term. This is very hard to happen. Very occasionally we find companies, good quality companies, trading at technically discounted price on a long term and a short term. In this case, it is now trading at technically discounted price for the short term. But this distance here, I mentioned in the last video that I spoke about Pilbara and Alken, this distance was really concerning me. And then ideally, I wanted to be buying when this distance is very short and the stock price is actually trading at the same sort of level, which was here back in July, sorry. I believe that we could see in the next few weeks if this lithium sell-off remains, because we all know the market is highly manipulated and people are shorting these now. Like that's what it is. That's what happened. That's how a quality company like this falls 6%, because this is short. They want to make money out of the fall. They want to crash the stock on a purpose. So wait for this to happen, and then if we able to buy at 330, I will be very, very comfortable of buying this at 330. No doubt about. And I'm still thinking we'll see a breakout around $5. I still think that. but might take a month or two to see that happen. So obviously going to be a going to be a continuation of this downtrend, and then after that, a potential reversal. Okay, that's Pilbara Minerals. Let's go with Allkem Limited, which is the second, or even arguably the best lithium stock in ASX as well, together with Pilbara. There's Allkem Limited, which the ASX code is AKE. AKE. Also very profitable in the last financial year, FY22. Set to be even more profitable in FY23, even though it's spending a lot of money in expansion, which means we only ideally in a normal situation we would only see return on the finance on investment in a year or two from now. But because lithium prices are so high at the moment, then we're more likely to see these guys selling the brine for an obscene amount of money. And as you can see here, as well in my last video, I highlighted the fact the distance between the red line and the pink line was too high, so it would make it very dangerous despite it was the number one, number two stocks in ASX, lithium stocks. So now it's getting really close. So ideally, and I don't be pessimistic here because it's still uptrend. Ideally, I want to buy under $12. Buy under $12 will be a pretty good entry. Okay, could that reach $10? Potentially, but unlikely. I think $12 is a good entry already on this. Okay, now let's jump for what is our third most favorite. Actually, this is our number one favorite trading stock. Okay, for us, the number one lithium trading stock, but isn't the best lithium company. Okay, hopefully you understand the difference. There's a big difference in that. Now, what ideally we want to do, well, we thought there could be a little potential reversal here, so we even attempt an entry, but then obviously this further sell off on CXO, we reduced our position almost, or we drastically reduced our position on CXO, but we're gonna buy back, and the entry price now for us would be lower around again, if possible, by around this this pink line here. Would that happen? We don't know, but that would be the most sensible and safe place to enter at the moment, like the current chart formation. Okay, remembering that CXO started producing last month with the first shipping spodumene to China this month as we speak, and yes, and I also think coalition will break out $1.80. So for those who are buying at the moment, just be a little bit patient. For those who haven't actually bought yet or holding or just want to add it up, look towards this pink line here to buy it. I think that will be, if this short trade selling off on the lithium space remains, most likely we'll see that happen, and then obviously we want to profit out of that. Okay, let's talk about now the big promises on ASX. So start with Lake Resources. Lake Resources is obviously another stock that we've been trading quite a lot. As you can see, unlike the other big players, it's already trading under the SMA 250 and the SMA 40. Okay, so which means entries around the current level is it's fair to say that it's pretty safe at the moment. Okay, although we can be mindful that we might see even come down to 80 cents if the sell-off continues. But overall, for the long term, I would be very comfortable entering about this current level. You know, obviously on the BG trading, we trade stocks for 20 to 40% within a lead time of 1 to 3 months. That's the ideal lead time. And for us, we better off wait a little bit more now to add it up to our position. Okay, so that's what we reckon. Obviously, our VIP members will have access exactly when we're buying, when we're selling, the targets and everything. So every time we have a new chart formation, we have to reset the target, understand where the key levels are, uh, and then we obviously issue the new targets for our VP members based on the latest entry. So that's what we do here at BG Trader for VIP memberships. So now moving to the other stock now, Sayona Mining is one of the biggest promise for the next few months, simply for the fact that they will start producing in Q1 2023, which is very closer than the other companies. Sayona Mining that is gonna become the company that owns the biggest deposit of lithium in North America, and obviously aiming to become a big part of EV supply chain in North America. So the key advantage of these companies is that they sort of uh, only restarting a project. They don't actually build in the whole mine like Lake Resources, like even Core Lithium. They bought a lithium mine a little while ago, relatively cheap, and all they're doing now, they accelerating the restart together with Piedmont. So this is definitely a very interesting stock to watch, and is currently trading at technically fair price for both long term and short term. So kind of a tick the boxes in a reasonable way, and make any entry at the current level a reasonably safe entry, which means um, medium risk, sort of speaking, not of extremely high risk. That's my take on this. Now, the other one is Argosy Mineral. Argosy Minerals is a stock that we traded in the past, and for some reason, I can't understand why. Like trying to understand sometimes what the market does. So for some reason, this stock has outperformed most of the other ones, and they only starting production with 2,000 tons per annum production, which is very small. They want to escalate that over the following years, but it's very small. So I still kind of hard to understand. There was a breakout here. I rather be looking to buy this stock around this peak line as well. Take as a time a rule. So just buy anything around the pink line, and you'll be nice. You'll be reasonably safe for those stocks, provided that these macroeconomic facts remains favorable for lithium players, which essentially I want to say is lithium price continues to stay high or above the current level. Okay, take as a note November 25th for lithium price. Okay. Yeah, this is just a view of the main players at the moment for lithium. As I said in the last video, I think the money is into tech at the moment. That's why we focus into our investments with our VP members, tech stocks. And we have dedicated videos about stocks that we think it's going to double in the next 12 months. So yeah, but also we watching really close those guys, because they have these lithium stocks have been uh, extraordinary profitable for us, and we want to keep trading those stocks when they are into a get into a lower prices, and we're gonna trade it again. Okay, hoping obviously that tech stocks that we're holding, they go up enough so we can make a lot of money in there, and we buy cheap those lithium stocks. That will be the ideal situation. What is that's gonna happen? I don't know. We just gotta wait, and potentially maybe even lock profits before they happen. Now let's just have a quick look about the ISX 200, which is the top 200 company index. Look, I gotta be honest with you. I'm a little bit concerned about this, and we even tried short this couple times, which we had to close the position right quickly, just because we first speculated that we would have a reversal here, and they happened. So we had the continuation of rally. And then again, another reversal here didn't happen. We have continuation route. So that's what happened when we try to guess what's going to happen based on past information, which is still on the stock markets is kind of one of the most popular way to see things. But it appears that in this case, this double bottom is really taking a play here because, in technical analysis, double bottom means that we have a reversal. Overall, the ASX 200 is only trading 4.42% below its all-time high. In this very gloomy and doomy and bad news, ASX 200 is only trading 4.42% below its all-time high. Very impressive. So basically, Australian stock market has outperformed, which is very, very positive. Okay. Now, if you look at all odds, I even changed the color here so you can see better. Okay. The all odds is trading at the moment about 5.78% below its all-time high. So just keep watching. We almost look 6% below the all-time high is a pretty good result for pre-recession period, hike of interest rates, which make me believe that we're gonna make all-time high early next year, as I already mentioned in the previous video. Okay, my best guess here is that we are due for we are due for correction, but until the correction happens, rather than try to guess here, we just trade long with the market. Okay, so we proven that every time we try guess, this doesn't work. So best thing really is trade with the market. That's what our strategy is all about anyway. But like how a feeling, emotions sometimes try take over the game here. But and we had this indication that we might would have a red candle here, but actually it didn't happen. So we have good numbers coming out of US, and then this optimism. So what we keep just keep long position at the moment, and then obviously we trade stocks that are trading at very very discounted price at the moment, like tech stocks. Most of the tech stocks are trading at technically discounted price. We trade those stocks, and we'll be pretty safe, giving or taking. This is the sector that I think going to be the best tech sector. So that's my pick for the stock market moving forwards in the review of lithium stocks. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching till the end. Cut edge technology. The key